these interesting self-defense. They're called women's self-defense, but honestly, they're not just for women. I think anyone can watch them and take inspiration, which is not a good idea. So the first clip, we don't have a purse, so we decided just to use this to simulate a purse because I was going to say talons, the ropes are long enough, the talons. So the first one, the girl is walking, and then the attacker kind of like grabs the bag.
He's like gonna go for trying to pickpocket or something.
Pickpocket, exactly. So she turns around, she wraps this around the attacker's neck, and first of all, guys, before I even begin, look at this. It's not that easy to pull Rob, okay? It's not that easy. If he just goes like that, let's say he does pull it down. First of all, I don't get it. Why doesn't she need the face? She needs like the chest area. So that was another thing. But like when I first saw it, I thought she was needing the head. But then when I showed it to Rob again, she needed the chest area. She didn't need the face, which the face, he's giving you the face going like that, which I don't think most pickpocketers are like this. But, you know, most pickpocketers are more like, you know, they're more subtle.
Smooth.
Yeah. Besides the obvious thing of it's hard to pull, especially if you have a purse. Right, the purse strings are really, really narrow. They're not like big ropes or anything. So I just don't get how you get the leverage of being able to pull them down.
I'm pretty sure it was like a coach purse too.
Yeah,
it was like a fancy purse.
Fancy purse.
Yeah, it's gonna rupture. It's gonna break.
Yeah,
if you try and yank it like that.
So it's almost like if he's giving you the face. So like if he's giving you his face, right? And first of all, I mean, can't you just hit him and run?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do this extra step? Like, you know, me just trying to get this off, I'm already kind of like stumbling,
it's awkward,
right? It's awkward.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you do that if his face is right there? Just hit him and run.
They're looking for some sort of creative.
I guess so.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, exactly. So, you know, I think you can watch that and just realize that there's easier ways from a self-defense angle than trying to take the string of the purse, wrap his head, pull him down, and knee him, and not even knee him in the head, but knee him in the chest area.
Just give him the purse.
Yeah, give him the purse.
Yeah.
If he's going for the purse, he probably doesn't want your life.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. Yeah, if he's that close to you, and he's like, obviously, you know, capable of hitting you in the back of the head. If you watch the video, she's like standing here, and he's like going for the purse as opposed to like.
Yeah. Boom. Boom.
Just knocking her out.
When I lived in China, one time I was taking the train, and this lady, she was sitting across from me, and she literally just got mugged. Jeez. What happened was exactly like Rob said. You know what the pickpocketer did? The pickpocketer didn't.
Yeah,
the pickpocketer literally hit her in the head. She fainted, knocked her out, and took her bag.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we were all like, and she thought he had some kung fu. He's like, his kung fu was so good that he hit me once and I fainted. I'm like, no, he just hit you in the right spot in the head, and you fainted. But if someone really wanted to go for you like that, they'll do that.
Yeah.
So if they're just trying to pickpocket you, you got off easy.
Yeah. Give him the purse.
Give him the purse, especially if you were not situationally aware that you let him that close to you.
Yeah.
You know, he probably knows how to sneak around, so just give him the purse.
Give him the purse.
Give him the purse. Exactly. Second one's interesting. So, second one, the guy has kind of a knife, right? Mm-hmm. And so she pulls him forward and does a wrist lock, and he drops the hand, and then she picks up the knife.
She grabs it. Like with both hands.
Oh, she grabs it with both hands?
Yeah, now she turns into a wrist lock.
Oh, and then she turns into a wrist lock. Okay.
And then she kicks.
And then, oh yeah, that's right. She kicks.
Yeah.
She kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the part where this would go bad. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you
grab my hand. Let's say one or two.
Yeah, as soon as you do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta figure, like, this right here is no joke. Like, if you're gonna tell somebody to go for the knife, like to try and to take the knife away from an opponent, you have to get the knife out of their hand immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
This part, like grab it.
Trying to grab it and wrist lock, manipulate it.
If you're here for more than a second, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, they're just gonna cut it.
Exactly.
You know?
Wow. There's a reason why, like, people don't do wrist locks on the street, right? Unless you already have them in a dominant position.
Right.
Like, I just don't think with his explosiveness, even if I were really skilled, how can I even, like, you see that? Look, his hand is tense. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, maybe if I parry, I could potentially.
Then
but
you would
I might as well, exactly. I might as well try to hit this, or, you know, hit, there's something. Right. Like, there's no reason for me to try to get him, you know.
Exactly. What you can do is you can deflect. You can, like, have it go this way. You know what I mean? And then you can strike.
And hit it, or like that, or something.
You can you like go ahead and yeah.
So let's say
you can go like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
And go elbow, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because you're going that direction.
Yeah, exactly.
But best case is to not even engage with this.
Yeah.
Only, like if they're striking towards you or whatever it is, you just run away.
Just run, exactly. Especially in the demonstration, it looks like he was more trying to rob. He wasn't trying to like kill. Yeah. So he's trying to rob, and he's this far. Maybe you do have a head start. You could run or
take it.
Yeah, take it. Exactly. I think the lesson to both of these is just give them the purse. Give them the purse. Give them your car. It's okay. Jeez. Just call the cops later. The cops will probably track them down, give you back your car. You gotta think like that.
It's not worth getting cut up and then potentially bleeding out.
Yeah. And then the final technique was similar. So he's going in. Somehow, I think she squats down and gets him. So she squats down, gets him, and then she does like a John Wei Lee type of kick or like a side kick. I forgot which direction, but my pants are also very slouched, so I can't really do the kick. But
that's right. Okay, so he strikes more towards the chest.
Yeah, he does
face,
more the chest. So she goes up.
She goes upward.
She goes up, and then she kind of. I'm tempted to go like that, but I guess she goes like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does like a teep kick.
She
goes like that.
Goes like that.
Like towards the junk. But the problem is that like go ahead and grab that. So. If you're gonna go, you're gonna go ahead and try and strike.
Yeah. So let's say I'm trying to.
I'm going like this, and as I'm doing that, I'm actually getting the ability to pull this down and slice. Yeah. So you don't want to do that.
You're right.
You really want to get this away. Yeah. And you want to like take it to the ground.
Yeah. Because I feel like even though I have two hands, up here I don't have that much leverage at all.
The grip is super important. If you're going to do this stupid thing, which is try and engage with somebody who has a knife. Don't do it. But if you absolutely have to, what you want to do is you want to take your palms and you want to smash here. This part right here, you want to smash these inward and shock. You want to shock it, so you would smack.
Makes sense.
This right here it's a 4-finger lock here. These are on top of each other. And so, if this is the case, if you have that locked in, it makes it much more difficult for them to remove. Yeah. But what you really want to do is you want to break this here, then get the grip, then jerk them down, right? Yeah. And then once you have that knee to the knee, you want to break their hand essentially. Break their hand, break their wrist, while at the same time not getting stabbed in the femoral artery. Sorry for the cuss.
That's all good.
Don't want to get stabbed in the femoral artery. Yeah. This figure 4 lock is much stronger because the break. Go ahead and hold my hand. Yeah. The break is always towards the weak spot. If you're layered here, it's less likely for me to be able to break this.
Makes sense.
Right?
But I guess I would layer this too.
Just grab it normally.
Oh, just grab it. So like, I think she was going like this. Yeah.
So this right here is very easy for me to break out of. Just as a leverage point. Like all I have to do is go like that, like an elbow strike. Or come down, break these. Like you got to think about the physics of this. This is terrible on his wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So no matter what
you really want to do is you want to create a situation in which you are strong and they are weak. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to get them off balance.
Makes sense. So like jerking or something like that. Yeah. Wow. Of course, in the video again, the guy was kind of very far from you. Just give him your wallet. Give him your keys.
Yeah. You really do not want to engage with the knife. Yeah. If you have to, then you have to have those things as it's sort of like a backup plan. Yeah. But what you really want to do is you want to damage this hand. Yeah. And you want to get this knife to the ground. Yeah. And then put your knee on their hand, smother their knuckles, smash their knuckles. At the same time, you're constantly looking
hitting them.
Yeah. Like if I'm going to go like this, smash the wrist, pull it to the side, I'm going to follow with an elbow immediately. Yeah. And then I'm gonna whatever's happening here, I'm going to drag this to the ground
as soon as possible.
And it's like a dog pile. It's like put the blade on the ground and just do whatever you can to get your knee on there.
When you can't kick the blade away as quick as possible. You don't want them reaching for it with the other hand or stuff like that.
You have no idea if they have another one behind them or anything like that. You have to go into it prepared thinking, I'm going to get stabbed somehow, some way. Yeah. So I have to be constantly alert. Yeah. I have to know where every hand is. And I have to create distance as soon as possible. I have to get away from this. I have to stun and get away.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in general, whenever companies or video makers come out with that type of self-defense stuff. It's a little irresponsible, man. I'm not a fan of them. I don't know what their purpose is. It almost felt like it was like a fetish thing. Like the girl's the skirt was really short and stuff. It almost felt like
they were 100% trying to appeal to a certain audience.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is incredibly irresponsible because what it tells women is, hey, if somebody comes up to you with a knife, you can just grab their arm and lift it. And that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is they're going to try and go for the hand, and their fingers are going to get cut off.
Yeah, yeah. It's great that I tried some of it on Rob because he's a stronger guy, right? So it's like the force equivalent is kind of like if a girl and a random guy was mugging her. It's the same force equivalent. So it's really enlightening to see. Let's say I'm grabbing him and I feel the force of his arm. It's like it's scary.
The resistance.
Yeah, the resistance. When you get any kind of resistance.
Yeah. It's absolutely imperative to try and test this out in like a gym scenario.
Yeah.
You get a fake blade with chalk on the edge. And so what happens is if I connect with you, there's a chalk line.
There's a chalk line. Yeah.
Or it has a small electric shock, so it just sort of zaps you, just barely. But you know that you got hit.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the technique that wins every single time is A, walking away.
Yeah.
And B, dogpiling it, getting into the ground.
Yeah, yeah. Go for the blade arm, getting to the ground and just like
getting them off balance.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
Like, so if you were to,
so like, let's say we're just like
something, right?
something.
As soon as I go this direction,
so we're
elbow strike first.
Yeah, exactly.
Pop it here, and then drag
and
it.
Then just get it down. Yeah, and then at the same time, just make sure this arm isn't reaching for it.
I'll show you what I would like instinctually if someone's going to do this thrust strike thing for me. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna elbow to the face immediately. Here I can twist.
Yeah, you can twist.
If you try to cut my hand.
Yeah. So let's say I try to. Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm gonna snap this wrist here.
Yeah. So let's say.
And I'm always gonna be hitting.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be hitting. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go directly to the ground.
So now it's like he might try to fight for it, and look, Rob's gonna fight me for it, and maybe he's gonna try to like go here or something.
Yeah. So I mean, if we're here, like I'm going to be kneeing to the ribs.
Exactly.
I'm going to be breaking this wrist. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to snap this. I'm going to snap your hand off. I'm going to rip your hand off of your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what absolutely needs to be pressure tested in the gym.
Yeah.
You need to see what it's like to actually grip an arm.
Yeah.
And not let it go. Push it to the ground because it's all about the grips.
Yeah.
It really is about the reinforcement of the grip. Strengthen your hands, get that grip down, but first and foremost, don't engage with the knife.
Yeah, exactly. We got viewers who stress pressure test this too. So one viewer, to shout out, is Sundown TE Cody. He does a lot of this stuff. They wear full protective stuff and they play around with fake blades and stuff like that. So,
but if you come at me with this blade, and I try and take it to the ground. Yes, I'm going to be striking you, but I have no idea if you have a second blade here.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you pull this out of your pocket and you're just shanking me in the ribs.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I have to have in my mind, okay, I've got 30 seconds to take this person out.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to break their hand, I have to remove the threat here, while constantly thinking that there's probably a second threat.
Yeah, second threat. Good discussion about the realities and stuff.
And usually people don't work by themselves like that.
Of course, yes.
So you're like, if you're engaging with one person, who's to say there's not a lookout who's coming around the corner and they're just gonna
jump on you,
cut
or hit you,
cut you right in the carotid while you're trying to struggle for a knife.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another reason, guys. If you go out sometimes, go out with your friends too. Yeah. You got some friends backing up, and I love the rule of stupids, that active self-protection, active self-defense. That amazing channel says, don't be with stupid people in stupid situations, doing stupid stuff at stupid times of the day. It's a good one. Yeah. Be with smart, trained people who have your back. And don't do anything stupid, and don't go anywhere stupid, and don't go anywhere stupid at stupid times of the day. We got each other's backs, right? And if there's another person, okay, but still, if someone comes at us with a knife, all three of us, we're probably going to look at each other and all run in the same direction.
Yeah, just entertain this in the gym with a fake knife. Just get familiar with the reality of the scenario, because if you're familiar with the reality of the scenario, if it ever happens in real life, you'll just be like, look, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if you have to, then at least you're prepared.
Yeah, exactly. This was Fight Commentary Breakdowns, Jerry and Rob. We will put the original video. We actually, please don't go there and like abuse them or anything. You could critique them, but please don't. You know, just trying to enforce YouTube standards and stuff like that.
Yeah, no bullying.
Yeah, no bullying, exactly. So, guys, by the way, if you guys saw Rob drank his coffee, if you guys want to support the channel,
thanks, man.
Go support him.
Delicious chocolate truffle coffee, fueling Jerry and all of his endeavors.
That's right. Jaybird Coffee. All right, guys. Fight Commentary Breakdowns out.